Okay, so one of my followers asked, can I talk a little bit more about what I saw on shrooms, right? And so one of the things that I guess I'll share is that how I saw reality fall apart right in front of me, right? And that does sound crazy when you say it out loud, but like I'm not exacerbating, I'm not being metaphorical. Literally, reality fell apart. Time and space did not exist. So I'm just gonna skip everything that led up to it. Again, this is for educational purposes only. I'm not telling or promoting this. This is literally because I wanted to understand a deeper meaning. So anyway, I was enjoying myself. There was a lot of shit that already, I was going through anyway on the trip. But up until that point, I was just understanding and learning a lot. So here's when the real kicker started, happening. I was sitting down and I was staring at a wall, and I was on a bed, my bed, obviously. And so there was distance, obviously, between, like, I would have to get up and walk to the wall, right? There was a chair diagonally from me. So there was like space between us. So it would take me time to get there. Follow me? So I'm sitting there staring at the wall, on my trip. And these faint lines start forming, right? Like these little up and down lines start forming. And they start going this way too, diagonal and horizontal. And at first they were real faint. They were like they didn't really have no color. They were just like a bunch of like rainbowish colors, almost like how like when you look at light, you don't see all those colors. It's kind of look white, but then when you look further, you see all those little reds and blue. That's kind of like what it was. So it was all these little lines. So it's like a grid, like a tile. Think of tiles, obviously. And they started vibrating after a while. And then they started to fall. And the crazy part about when they started to fall was that time and space started to become something just that was abstract, something that was literally, I can just have time and space if I want to. It wasn't like, time and space exists everywhere. No, it was like the part of the tile that would fall where like there was space between me, the bed, and the wall or whatever, it would fall and there would be nothing there. It would be like black, like pitching it, like, like the void, like nothing there. Like, it's almost like if I was to walk in that area, I would just be invisible because it was nothing there. Like, it's hard to comprehend, but there, like, the distance between something and things just fell like it was nothing. So they all fell eventually. And it was like this beautiful, calm, but boring blackness, infinite blackness, like this void, kind of like space, but with no color. And then it was like the lights turned on, right? And I'm gonna put a picture on here because I don't even know what this is, but this is where I was. I was in the center of this, and reality came from me. So it was coming from me, and I would experience it. So what I thought was separate, what I thought was time and space, wasn't really time and space. It was just simply this imaginary grid that I have imagined coming from me, and whatever I think or whatever I thought, like I thought about a park and slavery. I don't know why those two popped in my head, but a park and slavery popped up. And so I was able to go to both. One park, and then of course a little bit of slavery. And then I would understand that everything in existence was in the center, like in this little core. And that anything that I want to experience would then project itself out from me, because it would project itself out, and then you would experience like a TV, like this weird interactive TV grid like reality that you think is yours. And then that's where time and space come from. It's like it creates distance because it creates the time it takes for you to walk to that imaginary tree you just created. But really the tree is flat, like time, like it's really like a picture, but the 2D picture becomes stretched to where so when they say, oh my God, when they say 2D, like I just had the epiphany right now making this video. When they say 2D, 3D reality is just a bunch of stacks of 2D. That's exactly what it is. It's flat initially, but then you stack it infinitely. And so it makes this stretch. So it feels like you're walking, but you are really switching through infinite realities where the tree gets closer to you.